Hello, welcome to Woodline Tracking. Today we are going to discuss what is paramilitary tracking. A question I get asked a lot. We'll go over not only what it is, the skill levels it takes to do it, the jobs or missions it may do, and how it is different than a regular tracker. So let's get into it. Okay, skill number one, tracking. You cannot take an assembly line approach in tracking training. One does not fit all. You need to customize it to the individual, to the environment, to the team's role, all that. For example, you might have a guy that's a heck of a tracker, a main tracker, but he's a horrible flanker. You might have a guy that's halfway decent at tracking, but he's a great flanker. So you need to make everybody successful and train them in the primary role. But everybody needs to know all the roles so they can be effective at any role that they do if they have to do it. And tracking takes a lot of practice. You need to get out there, you need to practice. You need to do the 30-yard drills, step by step, lost track procedures, all that, and go on and on and on. It just takes effort to do it and time to do it. It cannot be mass produced or be done quickly. Okay, a paramilitary tracking team is generally made up of 4 to 9 men. The men must be physically fit because it's a tough job to do. And they must be efficient at small unit tactics. What are small unit tactics? That's basically knowing the different formations the team might run, knowing all the jobs on the team, having good communication with the team without talking, how to handle danger areas, how to do the different types of ambushing, how to react to contact is the big one that you keep on needing to practice, how to flank. I can go on and on and on, but you need to learn how to do that in the environment that you are operating in. And it takes a lot of practice. The best way that I found to teach people to do it is to go force on force with some type of projectile and run through different scenarios, little missions, scenarios, give them warning orders, let them go out there and keep on doing it and make it fun and give them a lot of challenge each time on to think and how to react in the team, and the team will come together. I guarantee it. But you gotta run them through scenarios, force on force, in the environment that they will be operating in. Okay, next one on our list is Bushcraft. Bushcraft is a key skill to have, because a lot of times when you're out there doing paramilitary tracking, out in the bush, you can't really find a holiday in. So you must be proficient at bushcraft, and let's just use the word camping, but it's not really camping, but we'll use it as a good word to identify what we're talking about out in the bush. And it's a skill that you can keep on going on and getting better. You need to try your gear out, see what works well for you. Some sleep systems work well for you, some don't. Sometimes you can't take a lot with you. You just gotta take the bare necessities and make it work. So you need to know what gear to take, what works well for you on this. You need to go out in the woods and practice this. Camp out for 2 or 3 days by yourself in the woods. I guarantee you will find a lot out about yourself when you're doing that. And it's great fun and peaceful. You know, you need to practice all that. You need to practice on survival skills, purifying water, finding food, making shelters. All that's good fun that you might need to do sometimes. And there's always knowledge the knowledge is always useful to have. All right, next is reconnaissance. And we will refer to that as just recon from here on out. In paramilitary tracking, a lot of the missions you will be given and will do is reconnaissance. It's basically takes up most of the missions, a lot of the missions, let's just say, is some form of reconnaissance. You would get like an IR order or an information request order along with a warning order telling you what your mission is. And it can be anywhere from watching a bad guy's base to what type of terrain is in this area. So you need to become proficient at recon. Basically, you need to know how to get in and get out of an area, how to leave no sign once you're in the area. You gotta be good at stealth, camouflage. You need to know how to put up a proper OP or LP, and the list can go on and on and on and on of the jobs that involve recon. So I urge you to work on them skills. It's a skill that is takes time to learn and to become effective, and you really never do master it. You just keep on learning more as you're doing it. So that's a big role of combat tracking, is reconnaissance, of knowing where to look and what you're looking for, and then how to explain what you found too. All right, next on the list is land nav. It's a skill that you need to master. In order to master it, you usually got to get in a good program and go through this and be taught how to do it. You need to learn how to master day and at night land navigation. It's a skill that takes time. It isn't extremely tough, but it takes time and just doing it and doing it over and over and over again, especially at night. So I urge you to seek out a good program. We teach it here at Woodline some on land nav and learn how to be effective at land naving. Okay, the next skill, small arms. Basically, when all you have is your rifle or your pistols on you and you can't call in much other support, basically you better be good with them weapons and choose the right weapons to use. Learning small arms, becoming good at small arms, there's only one way I know to really do it, and I'll argue with anybody that says any different way, is to get in a good program and just shoot and run through the program. You will have to probably shoot hundreds of rounds, if not thousands of rounds a month to become proficient at small arms. So you just got to keep on shooting. It's one of the things that you never can quit, because it's a perishable skill. Once you quit shooting, you tend to get rusty. So you need to be in a good program too, not just going out there on the range and putting up a pie crate and shooting at it and saying, oh, I can hit it at 50 yards with 20 shots. It takes more than that. I mean, I've done some videos on some ideas on that. So you need to find a good program. Okay, the next is medical. Medical is one of the things I think a lot of people overlook and don't even realize how much they need to know on this subject. When you are basically in a paramilitary tracking team, you cannot call for 9 lives. A lot of times help is miles away, so you have to be proficient at medical. You know, if you get a serious trauma injury out there, a lot of times your best chance of saving yourself is yourself and the training that you have, because if there is a medic, he might not be able to get to you because the situations can be pretty hairy. So if anyone has ever experienced trauma or injuries out in the bush, you know what I'm talking about. Having good medical skills was the difference between life and death. So I urge you to seek out good medical skills, not just like CPR and stuff, but go get good trauma classes, learn to deal with bullet wounds, fragmentation wounds, everything, and how to deal with and treat yourself, because it will save your life. Seen it. So basically, I urge you to not forget about the medical and become proficient at medical. Okay, these are the 7 basic skills that a paramilitary tracker needs to learn and master. And guys, you never really do master it. You just keep on learning, keep on pushing yourself to do more on this, because it's a never-ending cycle to keep on getting more knowledge. You can never master any of these. You just got to keep on trying to do better. And you don't live off your past achievements, because most of these skills are perishable skills. If you don't keep up on it, you'll get left behind and get rusty. So don't live off the past. Keep on pushing yourself to do better and more. And it takes a discipline and a lifestyle to do that. So I urge you, if you're serious about this, to do that. Okay, some basic projects that your team might be asked to do in a paramilitary tracking role. Establish contact with a target. That can be simple as little Johnny's lost, you go and try to find somebody's lost, or if one of your patrols is lost, you're trying to go out and find out what happened to them, or find them. You can be out there trying to find the bad guys, like they escaped from the police, a fugitive on the run, or you can be out there trying to, let's just say, harass them, like in a spot ambush or something, making contact with them real fast in the ambush. Could be one role. Next one is reconnaissance. That's one of the bigger ones. Like I said, I spoke a little bit about it beforehand, but basically reconnaissance is a big role. Everybody wants to know information on what's going on out there, and a paramilitary tracking team can give you a lot of information if trained properly on what is going on out there. It can be, I've used it to help police in crimes before and give them information. It can be used for all kinds of things for reconnaissance, from anywhere, like I said before, from trying to find the bad guy to what size of trees are in these woods. So keep that in mind. Next is security. A paramilitary tracking team can do a great job in security roles, especially out in the bush or in the country, because they'll be able to go on patrol, a security patrol, and see if anybody's been through there, if you're being watched, or if there is somebody through there, we need to be careful and try to figure out where they went and get them. It's kind of like the old it's kind of like in World War II, where in the Pacific Theater, where the U.S. Navy is trying to detect the Japanese Navy. Generally, the first one that detects the other side usually can launch their attack and win. So in security, if you can figure out that there's an enemy in your area through tracks and other evidence, that's a huge combat multiplier. So they make good security in that type of role. Okay. How is paramilitary tracking, a form of combat tracking, different than just a tracker? Well, as you guys can see, there's a lot of skills in paramilitary tracking that you have to do than just tracking, just knowing how to track one person. A regular tracker a lot of times will just follow step by step, where a paramilitary tracking team will find this, maybe do it a little bit, but they're not going to go through any dangers. They're going to be safe and crew the whole area if they're concerned about it. They're just not going to sit there and follow the tracks and get ambushed. So different roles, different jobs, but it is a valuable skill, I believe, for preppers and patriots in the United States. So I hope you find this video helpful. Answer some of your questions. I can go on and on, but I had to keep it in a decent timeline. Now, if you're looking for some paramilitary tracking training, look us up at Woodline Tracking. If you're looking for some just basic defensive pistol, defensive urban combat wound curing, you can check out our sister company, Precision Tactical. They do a good job of teaching all that. And if you're considering joining a paramilitary group, if you live in Ohio, you can always look up the Ohio Defense Force. Good bunch of guys, and they'll teach you paramilitary warfare. So I hope you enjoyed this, guys. Remember, time may go on, but your life may not. Enjoy.